Did you know that you can get a reindeer Ruben sandwich? Well, I didn't. Come with me while I take a kitchen garden tour called a Garden to Table, and it's here in Skagway, Alaska. Let's go check it out. Now, this was a surprise for me. I did not expect to find such a wonderful garden here in Alaska. I had preconceived ideas that Alaska would be cold. I love that this is a historic building and the longest kitchen or restaurant in Alaska. And it was before the gold rush, which was back in the late 1890s. And the owners here have created this beautiful garden, which they use for planting a variety of fresh greens. They were telling us they have to get most of their food from Seattle because of commercial restaurant laws, etc. They are able to grow fresh vegetables that they use, both herbs like dill here, some beautiful dill, end of season, lots of greens. They're able to grow and use them in their restaurant. They discovered along the way container gardening, and I asked why some of the containers are about maybe a foot and a half, 2 feet high. Certainly, it's easy to reach in this size of a container, and you can just weed the thing from one side. You don't have to walk around. And they have other containers that are bigger. And the answer was, well, the bigger containers were just what was available, and that's what they used. So they have a variety of annuals growing in the smaller ones, and these are mainly edible things. They have some wildflowers. And then in the bigger containers, they're using those for their perennials. So here's beautiful liatris, which is this time of year a fall bloomer, and other plants. One of the things that they do is have edible flowers for garnishes and things. So the nasturtiums here are edible and they're thriving. Cabbages, and they do use marigolds on various pots to help with retardant of insects. They have a moth that comes that can cause problems, and they get a lot of crows that come into the garden. Join our guides' discussion of soil temperatures and how the garden beds were designed and how successful they are attracting worms and now crows.
Whatever, there's a lot of bugs away. And then we're careful to plant here. When we put different things together, one might be a nitrogen fixer, another one might be a nitrogen user, and we try to match them up that way. And then the other thing we do is the bugs get attracted to one or another, so we move that variety to another place, and the bugs don't figure it out and they die off.
And they didn't talk about other insect problems.
During the spring, the air is much warmer than the ground, and the ground's going to take, it might even be the end of May before the ground is thawed out. But the air gets around the outside of these and it'll warm up the soil and we can start growing things. The second thing is we've adopted something called hugelkultur. And what that is, if you're going to dig down in these beds, you'd find some rather large logs. What we're doing is we're trying to simulate what it's like in the forest around here and try to recreate the soil for that, and we attract the worms to come over here to work things through, which is really great. The only problem is that the worms attract the crows, and the crows come in, and so they are pulling everything up. And the one thing that was really getting my gardener was that we plant 3 varieties of everything we do, and we put a little sticker to know what it is so we know how to go after it. But to pick these out and they throw them on the ground, because I don't know why they do it, but they do. So anyway, yeah, they tried it and they couldn't eat it, but they're looking for the worms and they end up stomping all my stuff. And they do eventually get their worms. My problem is doing that. And over here you can see my scarecrow hanging there. That actually worked for a while. And but then what's funny about that one is that after a few weeks, the adult crows figured out it was just a con. But the baby crows thought, oh, I can get dinner here. And they would all be standing around squawking.
You can see how things are thriving, and these are things that thrive in cooler temperatures. So lettuces this time of year are doing very well, and the cabbages, the dill, these look like carrots. It's so fun to recognize some of the herbs, like this is the anise hyssop, which I grow in my North Florida gardens. So here I am in the southern part of Alaska, along the what's called the inner or inside passage. I can never remember which. And we're growing the same plant. And here are some squash. This whole is the idea edibles that can be used in their kitchen while the kitchen is open. We learned that in another month or so, the city of Skagway closes down and restaurants close, and the season will resume in the spring, usually by the beginning of May. Tourism is one of their top 3 industries, and the tour like I came in on have brought a lot of opportunity for the people who live here. Their population is about 800 people, and then it swells in the summer as they bring in part-time workers just enjoying this garden, being able to walk around and to see this yellow Alaska rose. Yellow Alaska rose is a popular name. Not wasting any of this precious ground. Got an herb growing along the edge of the boardwalk. Being a restaurant, you might wonder, where are those reindeer? Ruben's, well, there's the sign, and it's right on the property on the corner of the main street so everybody can see. Heading back to the ship after an interesting from garden to kitchen tour, science of kitchen. Cooking. I hope you enjoyed this garden to table tour. Pretty interesting to see what's possible when you use a little creativity with container gardens, whether you're in Alaska or wherever your garden is located. Subscribe if you've not subscribed. Garden yay! See you again soon.